morning, everyone. So let me share my screen. Yes, to start with, yes, so since we are talking about Fiori, before we jump into the process optimization and the user experience, I would like to give a brief once again on the Fiori part. So this screen, what you see gives the overview of the evolution of the user interface when it comes to SAP. So this is how it is being transformed from way back to 19th century to till now. So we have been working with various interfaces, user interfaces, starting from the command base to graphical user interfaces, and then talking about the web applications, then CRM UI, then UI5, and now we are in the Fiori era, where Fiori is made as a technology universally across the SAP products, SAP applications nowadays. So this is again a timeline from where to where it has come. So Fiori is now introduced somewhere around way back to 2013. And SAP is continuously investing and doing a lot of research and developments in the UI technology since then. Have been releasing different versions of Fiori, Fiori 1, Fiori 2. Now we are in Fiori 3. So Fiori has almost completed more than 10 years now. So Fiori is introduced to SAP ERP in the year of from EHP 7 version onwards. Before EHP 7, there was no Fiori. So now in the SAP S4HANA, Fiori is the base UI technology for all the versions of S4HANA. So this shows the technology design. So in a single slide, you will be able to understand what is Fiori or how it is designed to give the user experience and to give the makeover of advanced technologies, the simplicity what is required for user-friendly application. So Fiori is role-based, which means so we have authorizations at the back end. So we have sales order create authorization, financial posting authorization, purchase order create authorization. Similar to the roles and authorization what we have in the SAP ERP system, Fiori also has a role-based application design. There are different applications released by SAP. Each of these applications are linked to a particular role. When the role is assigned or the role is granted to a particular user, he will be able to access those Fiori applications. That is why it is called role-based, adaptive, simple in terms of the speed, in terms of the look and feel, usability, coherent, delightful. Again, this is accessible across the devices. So whether it is iOS, Android, when it comes to mobile, and in the desktop as well as laptop. So this gives an again further more information about how this Fiori is responsive. It can be accessed across devices. It changes the layout, changes the look and feel automatically based on the size of the device. Coming to the technical architecture, this is how the Fiori is interacting with the backend. So we have underlying database. So most of the SAP Fiori applications are released for HANA database nowadays. The initial days applications works for any database. It can be Oracle, Sybase, or etc. So the Fiori front end is where the applications are hosted. The application responses are given to the client systems. The Fiori front end talks to different backend. Backend is mostly the ABAP system. So it talks to the backend. It gets the responses required for the application. The Fiori, again, in terms of deployment, it has central hub as well as the embedded model. Embedded model works better for a single system. Central hub works for multiple systems in the landscape. So this is what is about the central and embedded. So we will run through quickly so that we can go to the core topic in some time. So again, the principles of the Fiori design links all the three elements. The first and foremost is the technology. So it adapts to the latest technology available. It gives at par with the other technologies or the other software vendors. He talks about the business processes. The design of the Fiori is natural to the business transactions, particularly the ERP processes. And then it is also designed on top, you can see as a people in mind. So SAP wants to create a better user experience. This was one of the major and core requirements from every customer, we can say. So based on the particular feedback, SAP wanted to give a better UI experience, better UI for the accessibility of their system. So they have heavily invested and come up with Fiori. So this shows the principles, and this principle is in line with long-term digital transformation in mind. And Fiori is, again, as I stated, is an universal front-end technology for across all the SAP products. It is not only S/4HANA. Fiori is used, accommodated in Ariba. Fiori is used in SuccessFactors. Fiori is used in CRM. Fiori is used in Cloud ALM, SAP S/4HANA Cloud, across all the applications. So today, where we are, what is the positioning of SAP Fiori? So as SAP says, so they are moving towards the intelligent enterprise. The architecture of intelligent enterprise has Fiori as one of the main element in order to give the push to the digital transformation. All the digital transformation efforts goes based on Fiori and HANA. So there are majorly three different templates or the type of application that you can get it from the Fiori. As an overview, so these overviews are given to different users to get the complete idea of what is happening in their particular department or the particular business process. For example, accounts payable. Accounts payable overview gives all the information about what is outstanding, what is the aging details, what are all the number of invoices booked. That gives the overall idea of the particular business process to the business owner or the process owner. And it has the list reporting element where we can get all the reports required similar to the ALV reports. It also has the particular object page. For example, the purchase order application, sales order application. These are all considered as an object page. So likewise, there are different elements are there based on the requirements. Fiori can be used. So if you talk about analytics, analytics is also one of the main part of Fiori, because SAP delivers analytics for S4 system based on the embedded concept. So your S4 HANA will be able to provide all the required operational analytics that is again delivered based on the capabilities of HANA and SAP Fiori. So as you can see here, so this is the templates for the analytics. So you have different buttons where you can see the data in graphical or in the tabular format. You have filters. You have again interactive graphs. It can be a pie chart or a line chart or donut chart. So this is how the SAP Fiori analytics is being designed and delivered by SAP. Again, we have different samples of analytics. So I will quickly run through this. So these are all capabilities that we can bring from Fiori. So again, so here we have given the evolution of Fiori. So it started from 2013. Then it has got a major makeover in 2016, 3 years time. That is Fiori 2.0. And from there, now again it has got a makeover, that is Fiori 3. It is going to be released by SAP. So based on Fiori, again, SAP continues to innovate. So they are adding multiple capabilities. For example, the artificial intelligence capabilities, machine learning capabilities, these are all being embedded to Fiori in the form of Copilot. So Copilot is also one of the main innovation along with the Fiori evolution. So the Copilot has the capabilities that Fiori is missing to have. Going further, yes. So this is again, we are touching upon the approaches to get Fiori. So way back from, let's say, 5 years or 6 years back, it was more of a technical efforts or a longer time taking efforts to activate Fiori and get Fiori apps to the users. Now SAP has again simplified the approaches to activate Fiori. So it is made as more non-technical. Even a non-technical manager or a functional consultant will be able to activate Fiori and get into the user's experience. So for that, SAP is introducing something called a rapid Fiori activation. It is a task-based wherein the list of activities that needs to be done one by one are grouped under a task that can be triggered by activating by clicking on a button that completes all the setup required for Fiori. So this is aimed at making Fiori more user friendly, making Fiori faster with less efforts. So SAP is also coming up with something called the content manager, where we can completely browse through the list of applications. We can also analyze the feasibility of bringing in the extension capabilities, all that through the standard content delivered by the Fiori. So SAP's vision is to have Fiori as a single point. So not only for S4, it is irrespective of their applications. So if you can see this particular forthcoming slide, where it gives a clear information about how this is going to be considered as a single point entry for all the applications. Again, here we are talking about Fiori 3, where what are all the new additions that are going to come. So Fiori 3 will have inbuilt Copilot, also the artificial intelligence based alerts, which are all going to be bundled so that user gets everything in a particular single screen. So this is again with some more details of Fiori 3.0. Yes, so this was the screen I was talking about. So SAP is going to make Fiori as the UI technology across applications, whether it is a cloud or on-prem or a hybrid. So the vision of SAP is to give Fiori as a single point of central access, wherein all the informations are coming into a single place. So nowadays we have different applications. The journey of cloud started for SAP from SuccessFactor, Ariba, or Fieldglass, wherein these are all the organization taken over from other team. So this was introduced as a SaaS model offering from SAP, where it had its own way of accessing, way of giving the user experience. Now SAP is again majorly they were dominating on the ERP on the on-prem. So after Fiori becoming a central UI technology across all the applications, so it is going to be a single point of access or a single launchpad from the user point of view, wherein the user will be able to access some of his S4 application from the same launchpad, some of his SuccessFactor applications, Ariba application, Concur or Fieldglass. So provided he has all these usage and access licenses, so all are bringing into a particular single page, so that it is going to be very easy for the business users. It is going to be very easy for the customers to manage. Now, on the other hand, if you see, there are customers who are building interfaces, or who are building approval app that will give the workflow task of S4, workflow task of SuccessFactor, workflow task of Ariba. So they are putting efforts to bring in everything into one place. Because that is what is the ultimate expectation of a particular end user, particular manager. So it makes work very easy. It is very faster. We don't need to navigate to a different application, different place. So by looking at all this happening in the market, SAP's vision is to launch Fiori as a single point of access for all their applications. So with this, I think I wanted to complete the introduction or the details of Fiori, and then we are going into the actual subject. So again, we have only a few more slides that talks about how the Fiori can be implemented. So now let me go back to the original topic. That is the optimization of business processes and user experience using Fiori. So we have seen multiple details about what is Fiori, from where and how it is being transformed, what are all the design principles, architecture, how it works, what is front-end server, what is back-end server, what are all the different innovations that SAP is doing in 2.0, 3.0, what is Copilot, how the artificial intelligence and the machine learnings are getting embedded to Fiori. All of this we have seen in a very fast track manner. So with these as a base, I wanted to now talk about how these base can be used by customers, can be used by various business houses to optimize their process, to bring in a very high user experience. When we say a very high user experience, it is about how fast a particular end user can perform a transaction, how fast he can get the information from the system. Even now, many of the developers are talking about number of clicks. In how many number of clicks you will be able to complete a transaction, you will be able to get the information what you need. So these kind of His experience is what SAP wants to offer. Again, the device independent capability. Let's say there is a user who is on travel. Still, he wants to perform some of the tasks. Let's say it can be an approval, or it can be reviewing of the performance of the particular business process, or taking out the financial reports or the sales reports. So all this, whether he is able to get it while he is on travel or while he is away from office. So these kind of capabilities is what adding up to user experience. And in this particular digital world, these are all very essential. That is where we are heading to. So in order to do all this, whether Fiori can help us? Yes, definitely Fiori can help us. That is why we are talking about Fiori. That is the main role Fiori is playing in the journey of digital transformation towards intelligent enterprise. So how we can generally improve the business process or experience? So the first and foremost thing is replace paper-based manual processes with the guided procedures and automated workflow. So even if you do not have workflow, there should be a digital process. There should be a guided procedure to perform that particular task in the system. It cannot be manual. It cannot be paper-based. So when we say paper-based, for example, in many of the organization, even today, there are different approvals are obtained from their managers. For example, there is a vendor invoice that needs to be approved. There is a particular billing that we are going to send to customer that needs to be signed by a particular commercial manager. There are a different HR correspondence letter that needs to be issued to employees. All requires printing of the particular forms, and then the hard copy of it are getting signed by the respective manager. Then it is being sent or given to handed over to the particular recipient. So this is one of the very traditional process, traditional way of operating business in many of the organizations. These needs to be replaced. This is one of the core business, core and simple business process that needs to be replaced to have a digital experience. So today we have to treat employees, suppliers the way how we treat customers. Yes, all of them are termed as business partners. They are all contributing to the business in one or the other way. So it is the duty of the organization to give digital experience, the optimized process experience to all these stakeholders. That is one of the reason why we have to replace all the paper-based business processes, which are all being handled manually, to a digital process. This is where Fiori can help to the very unimagined manner, wherein it is very easy to build a particular screen or the particular business process in Fiori that will help to have guided procedures. Again, we have different generation of the people, different new age engineers or the users coming in from various departments. So their expectation is totally different. In order to fulfill their experience, their expectations, we should have a system that has the capability, that has the flexibility, that has the agility. So if we have to create a process and launch, it should be done in a week time. That is the expectation of the new generation. So nobody is going to accept if you take 3 months to develop a particular business process and launch. So for all these reasons, for all these questions, Fiori is an answer. SAP also have launched something called SAP Build, which is a drag and drop application building process which is part of again business technology platform. So if you understand all these things, Fiori is the only solution when it comes to the SAP software in order to do all this. So it will definitely replace all the manual paper-based process. There are again digital signature solutions are given. There are again many digital initiatives in order to perform all these tasks, even if the particular user is traveling. So again, how we can improve the process? It is using a business process or an automation that does all the repetitive job. So if you have a user who does this particular activity on every day, so it is nothing but a data entry job, wherein the user has to take some of the documents, verify those, feed in those information to the system, or he has to monitor some of the business process, or he has to take the report of a particular business process and submit it to his manager or her manager. So these are all majorly repetitive tasks. These needs to be reduced in order to optimize the business process, in order to give greater user experience. If a particular user is doing these repetitive tasks, what is the value addition that he is going to do to the business? What is the learning or the new experience contribution for him or her? That is the question mark. So in order to do that, again, Fiori is going to help very greatly. The traditional way of doing things is again already gone. So if we have to create a particular sales order, so it takes about at least, let's say, 5 minutes to 10 minutes in the traditional ERP system, where the user has to go to a particular T code or browse through the menu and go to that particular screen, then enter the data one by one. So these are all very much optimized in Fiori, wherein you have the experience of, let's say, the shopping experience, where you just go and search the product, confirm the quantity, then review what you have entered, and select the customer, complete the order. So this comes with minimum number of clicks. This particular transaction can be performed in a lesser time compared to the old way of doing it. So that is how Fiori is helping to increase the productivity. Again, the another important point is what is the accuracy or quality of data entered. So in order to have the improved accuracy, which is one of the minimum requirement, the accuracy of the data can be increased to 100% when it is done by a particular system. So we need to avoid manual data entry. We need to integrate systems. So nowadays we are talking about digital transformation across organization. So there are different integration methodologies are already available. Today, if we see, GST is one of the example wherein government has rolled out GST. Subsequently, government has rolled out e-invoice, e-way bill, and now e-invoice is also almost implemented for different turnover of organizations. So this is one best example where the almost all of the ERP systems across many businesses are directly integrated with the GST. The moment sales billing is generated, it goes to GST, it generates IRN, and it gives you the QR code. So all this happens in fraction of seconds. This is one of the best example for interface. Most of the interface are done using API. So API is widely used in particular technology evolution, where using the API, the data can be pulled out, data can be pulled in very easily. We have to look at the ways to integrate systems, take the data from different sources that will give 100% accuracy. That is one of the basic way to improve the process optimization. Again, Fiori, HANA, the capabilities what we have is greatly helping there. The fourth point is about enabling access in mobility. So now I have seen there are campuses with the customer even today, wherein within the campus you will be able to access the SAP, that too only with their machines. So you will not be allowed to use your laptops. You will not be allowed to get access outside the campus. If you have to get access to outside the campus, you have to take permissions from different stakeholders, and there will be different questions which will be asked. The justification should be provided. Even after providing justification, some of the customers will not give systems. So these are all definitely the traditional way of operating organizations or managing the security of the IT systems. COVID has taught us a different world, different way of doing things. At least after COVID, many of the customers, many of the IT leaders, many of the organizations have almost accepted, yes, giving access remotely, extending the enterprise informations wherever it is required is one of the necessity. Otherwise, business cannot run. The whole world is transforming towards that. So when this is what is happening in the world, this is how business transaction is getting initiated, completed. So we cannot match to this expectation if we say we do not have access of my SAP in my mobile. So giving access of enterprise information to mobile is becoming a minimum expectation for any employee, for any customer, for any supplier, or for any of the business owner. So business owners wants to see the performance of their sales, performance of their finance, performance of the particular production line, wherever he is. So he wants to see in a click of a button. So all this can be possible only through mobility. And for mobility, SAP's answer is from Fiori. So using Fiori, we will be able to get this. Otherwise, it is again an impossible thing. Or let's say when we have the SAP itself adapting to all this and providing solution, it is very unnecessary to think of going for any third-party mobile app developments or any other solutions which we have been thinking and doing 10 years back. So we have to straight away go to SAP Fiori and we have to see how that can be enabled. It is very simple. You will be able to give this to the user in a very fast scale. The other point what we have here is adopt easy to use technology. So I have been referring about the new generations. So the new generations are again, they expect everything to be available in a very fast manner. They expect everything to be available on phone. They expect the design of the application to be very simple to cater to whatever the requirements that they have. They expect the applications to be more self-explanatory. That is how now almost all the digital transformation initiatives are done. So when it comes to Fiori, Fiori has guided procedures. Like how you see the notifications whenever there is any new software is being published. So if you click this, what will happen? Otherwise, there is a number of notifications that will come. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this. That is how we can educate the users. User will be able to use the application without any number of hours of training, or without even looking at something called user manuals. So that is the same principle by which SAP is delivering Fiori. So it has got very self-explanatory, easy to use app design. So now I wanted to talk about different business cases or the stories where and how SAP has improved, SAP Fiori has improved the business process and giving the experience what is required by the business partners. So when I say business partners, I'm referring to vendors, customers, and employees. So this particular story is about releasing of an orders, releasing of an purchase requisition, releasing of an purchase order. So in the olden days, if we have to release a particular purchase order or a purchase requisition, so we have to go to a T code where it will show the list. We have to see the details and then we can approve. So for this, we need a laptop because SAP cannot be accessed in mobile, and we need the laptop to be connected to the office network. If organization has not given a remote access, then we need to be there. So ideally, we have to be the particular manager who has to release. He should be there in office. Then for him, it is very easy to perform this particular task. Now, how this is transformed using Fiori? So Fiori has released an app that is approve purchase requisition, an app for approve purchase order. That apps can easily be accessed over the smartphone. So when we say smartphone takes data from Wi-Fi or the cellular network. So wherever you are, whether you are inside the organization or you are outside the organization, or you are traveling overseas, whatever the reason may be, you will be able to still perform your task. That is what is the kind of transformation. That is what is the kind of process optimization and user experience required for a newer generation of the people. So this is something very basic functionality that is offered by SAP in Fiori 1.0 itself. And this is again getting into multiple transformations with many new features. So we have particularly activated these simple digital initiative for many of our customers, and it has greatly helped them in order to speed up the supply chain process. So it is not only just doing something in mobile as a fashion or as a must have, like how we think that if we have iPhone, that is something is very much required, that gives uniqueness in the society. But in case of SAP, it is not just like that. So these kind of initiatives are really helping the business. So when a particular purchase order is released within no time, then it speeds up the supply chain. It goes to the particular supplier. The supplier then starts working from his end. He then confirms. He gives the delivery. Then the delivery comes to the gate. All this happens in a stipulated timeline. That is how this particular small initiative of having the approval of PRPO in mobile helps us. So moving down to the next story. What Fiori can do in a shop floor. So I have particularly taken this particular scenario, which we have experienced with multiple customers. So traditionally, if we are looking at a particular shop floor where There will be multiple workshops, work centers. There will be different shifts. The job cards will be printed based on the job cards. The machine operator starts their work. So he starts the machine, he completes processes one by one. And at the end of the shift, or at the let's say end of the machine time, he goes to a particular desk. He will enter what is the job card and what is the quantity that he has completed. That is how the traditional shop floor have been operating from years together. So then these particular physical ledger where he has entered the informations of the work completed, that again needs to be taken to office. It may be in the same campus or in a different campus. And then one particular data entry operator will check that job card. Then he will enter that information in SAP. After entering the information in SAP, the order confirmation will happen, or the task confirmation will happen. The status will reflect in SAP. The time taken in order to do this entry will be definitely half a day or one day. This is how many shop floors have been operating years together. This is one of the traditional process. For the reason being, the machine operator may not have the skills to operate SAP, or the organization may not have expanded the system access to them, may not have given a laptop or a desktop, or for various reasons, the access of the system is not given to the shop floor for the particular operator. How Fiori has transformed this? So Fiori apps, in particular mobile devices or the devices that has camera, has an again very good integration. You can go to a Fiori app, you can click on the camera button to open up and scan a barcode or a QR code. That is very much possible. So using these kind of capabilities, we have automated one of our customers' shop floor. So what we have suggested, we have recommended them to install a tablet, maybe 2-3 tablets or one tablets at each work center or for a line. So when these particular tablets are installed, the tablets are connected to SAP using Fiori, using their Wi-Fi network. There is no need of any wired connection. So the operator can come to the tab, just show the job card, where the job card is having a barcode or QR code printed. So introduction of this barcode or QR code on the job card, if it can operate, it can optimize and improve the business process to the greater extent, reduce the time of the information that is coming to the SAP system. Definitely, this is one of the good improvements when it comes to optimizing the process. We are now removing one of the data entry operator. He no longer needs to enter the information what is there in the ledger of the job card. That is being removed, where there is also a cost cutting. And then when the informations are scanned using the tablets or smartphone, the machine operator itself will be able to click to match the quantity. Let's say one quantity, two quantity. There are drop downs given, or there are plus minus button given. So which is very user friendly. You don't need to have too much of understanding of the SAP in order to use these applications. So he will be able to enter the quantity there and confirm. So the moment he confirms, it is immediately getting confirmed in the SAP backend as well. So whatever you do in the front end, it connects to the backend and it confirms. So this is the kind of automation that we have done in shop floor. Not only that, even in order to track a particular asset, in order to have the informations of the particular machine using IoT and different connectivity, we are also able to get the informations. Let's say those informations are used for predictive maintenance. Those informations are also used to report failure of the particular machine. So when the failure is reported automatically, the maintenance engineer can initiate a repair. He can create a repair order. He can initiate the tasks that are required to repair. So these are all is getting automated in shop floor using Fiori. So now we'll move on to the third story. So this particular improvement or the optimization of process that we have done in the area of quality management, wherein the finished goods or semi-finished goods, raw materials, all of them are ultimately going to the quality checks based on the requirement and configurations. When it goes to quality check, again, the quality engineer, he has to physically verify the quality. He has to do certain amount of measurements in terms of the size, in terms of the other quality of material, colors, etc., etc. All these can be simplified using Fiori again. So now we have the capability of, let's say, measuring a particular length and width of the particular object. So these are all inbuilt capability of many smartphones. So whether you are using iPhone or Android, so these capabilities are given in the devices by default. So these capabilities are connected to Fiori. So the moment you open up the app will measure the object length. If the length is lesser than what is required, then it generates reports automatically and it records the result recording. So this is how we have automated the process when it comes to quality management. The quality engineer can reject particular lot. It goes to a review of the quality manager. The quality manager can call for rework, or he can go for a repair or scrap it. So these decisions are done in no time. So this is how Fiori is again helping in terms of quality management. Again, the another point which would like to add is the Fiori from using from smartphone or tablets can also click a photograph of damaged parts or whatever the defects that are being identified. They can take a photo snap that can be uploaded automatically to the Fiori app. The manager can see it. So this is the kind of digitalization and automation that we have brought into the quality management. The quality inspector, the quality manager who is sitting somewhere in a different office or in a different city can immediately pull out the image. He can understand the image and suggest appropriate action, whether it can go for a rework or a repair or it has to be scrapped. So all these can be done easily using Fiori app. That is the level of innovation. That is the level of process optimization that Fiori is bringing in as part of S4. So this is what SAP says as reimagining of business process. So sometimes customers may feel that yes, SAP is just selling their products. SAP is just coming up with something new because they have to sustain in the market. No, it is not very much correct when it comes to Fiori. Fiori has real benefits to the business process optimization, real benefits to the user experience, how the business transaction can be handled. All these are optimized to the greater extent. I can definitely say it is the way of doing business with SAP is reimagined. And that is what SAP wants to deliver to each and every customer. So going to the other story where again it is about our supplier relationship. So we were talking about the PO release. So once the PO is released, it goes to supplier. The supplier again does his delivery. He needs multiple confirmations, multiple informations from a particular stores, from a particular stock in order to complete his delivery. All this done over Fiori by a click of a button. So supplier can confirm his advance shipping notification. Immediately a notification comes to material stock. He reviews the advance shipping notification. He confirms it. If he has anything needs to be clarified, he puts in his remarks. Then it goes to supplier. Supplier takes immediate action. Also, this helps in terms of optimizing the inventory. That the moment goods are coming to the gate, you are liable to pay. So that increases the payable liability. So in order to optimize this, again, we have different processes like schedule agreements, different controls by ASN, different requirements. Based on the business requirements, you can accept or reject the particular ASN so that you are taking a call before the goods are coming to gate. For all these requirements, Fiori is helping to the great extent. So once the particular ASN is accepted, then supplier is going to deliver it. When the supplier is delivering, you will also be able to pull out all the data. So wherein your supplier invoices is going to be automated, your supplier GRN is going to be automatically created. There is no data entry error because the supplier information is directly coming to your system. That is how the application systems are integrated, where there is no need of any manpower to be there to enter these data. These are all the ways in which the process are being automated when it comes to supplier delivery. The GRN is immediately created. If it is a service entry, the service entry is created. It goes to approval to the service recipient. When the service recipient accepts it, then immediately it can trigger the invoice process. The invoice can go for approval. The invoice can be booked in the system. So this is the kind of user experience that we can give to the supplier. And this is the process optimization that we can bring in to the supply chain to increase the response to customer. So these are all, again, I would say may not be possible without technology, something like Fiori. So this is the real value addition of Fiori. So again, moving to the next story of physical verification. So this is one of the regular activity that every organization, every particular warehouse, every particular plant carry out the physical verification of their particular assets, their particular inventory. So this is where again SAP has put in their efforts. So the SAP's viewpoint, SAP's vision is to extend the systems to mobility, extend the system process, guided business process to all the places where there is a manual process, to all the places where there is a paperwork. So in line to this principle, in line to this transformation, SAP has introduced something called the asset count app, inventory verification app. These are all can be easily connected to different RFID systems, different IoT networks. The moment you go to a particular room or a particular floor with your IoT connected system, it will scan all the equipments and report the information on your Fiori screen. That is how SAP is helping, Fiori is helping in terms of optimizing the business process when it comes to physical inventory verification. If a particular equipment or a particular inventory is tagged with RFID capable barcodes, that is what is required. The IoT devices will take care of scanning it, bringing the information to your screen. Your physical verification is done. So here, how the business processes are being improved. Time to complete the particular task. So if you have to go and physically see, count it, it takes its own time. Again, you need a particular manpower. If you have to count, let's say thousands of inventories, for one person to do, it takes about a few days. You have to employ multiple persons, multiple manpower. They have to go and count it and report. Again, they will be traditionally counting on a particular piece of papers. They will mark one by one. Okay, this is available, this is available, this is available, this is not available. Again, that paper has to go to a person who is having a SAP access. Then he will enter in the system. So in order to have this business process where we already know what is the pros and cons, what are all the time lag that we get. So to overcome all these challenges, SAP Fiori is an answer. So the person can go into the room, go into the floor, just switch on the device. The device connects to all the equipments over IoT, brings in all the information to you, and it also gives you information whether what is as per the system, how many equipments are should be there in the floor, as per the present time, based on the IoT information, how many devices are there, how many equipments are there. If it is matching, the verification is completed. If there are any discrepancies, the system, the application is helping you to raise the complaint. The complaint of missing equipment can be raised immediately. It can go to an appropriate person. There, the action can be taken. There, the further verification can be taken. If it is really missing, a complaint can be registered. An insurance claiming process can be initiated. All this can be done from Fiori. So that is how a business process optimization, business process improvement required for this newer generation, and that is what is delivered by SAP Fiori. So followed by these stories, again, I wanted to touch upon some of the real features that are very baseline features available in the Fiori, that how that can help the users to carry out his particular activity in the system. That is what we are going to see. So these are all some of the 5 elements that I have listed out here. Fiori Enterprise Search is one of the main feature that is offered by Fiori that will greatly help. So it is similar to a Google search. So if you search Google, you get information whatever is available in www. If you do an enterprise search using Fiori, that gives information what are all available inside your entire business network. It is such a powerful search that is offered by Fiori. That is what is called Fiori Enterprise Search. This is something is very much very much useful, very much required. The second one is Fiori Notifications, which is again giving you all different set of notifications to your Fiori Launchpad. whether you are connected to mobile or through any devices. So this is one of the very important notification where you get an alert. These alerts are again powered by machine learning. That is what is the point that we have to note down. The machine learning informations are given to the users. Let's say there are some inventories is struck for a particular period of time, and that is incurring a cost, or there is a consignment which is stuck at a particular port that you need to clear. So these kind of notification comes to a particular user automatically by machine learning, and that is given by Fiori notifications. Fiori default values. So this is again a great help for any business users. The users can set his default values. Once it is set, he can navigate across different Fiori applications. He will get relevant information on his screen without giving any inputs. For example, you want to monitor a particular profit center, or you want to work on a particular cost center, or a particular company code. So let's say in a particular SAP landscape, the organization is having about 5 legal entities in a system. And this particular business user is responsible only for a company called 1000. So there are a number of applications. Let's say there are 50 to 100 applications that it may be given to him. So in each and every Fiori application, you don't need to go and enter my company code is 1000, my company code is 1000. It is again not making any sense. So Fiori has come up with something called default values. He can just go and set his default values one time, and that is going to be there for lifelong. It is going to help him in different activities, in different Fiori applications. Again, it has a Fiori personalization. So he can personalize his launchpad, what he want to see, what he do not want to see. All of that can be personalized. That will give him a personalized feel of coming to Fiori applications, coming to particular business process, coming to see a particular information as a ready-made. Again, Fiori has user assistance that will greatly help in doing various user activities. So these are all some of the 5 default features that are greatly helping for the users to have a good experience of the Fiori. So we will go in detail. So this is the search that we were talking about. So on the top of the Fiori launchpad, you have a search icon, that is the enterprise search. You just go to the search, click on the search and enter what you want to search. That gives you informations of different documents, different informations from your ERP system matching to the particular text. So if you search by 1000, so this is giving you a particular accounting document that is having 1000. It is giving you some customer master with having 1000. It is giving you some purchase order, sales order, all this information. If you look it at the left hand side, it has giving you some let's say 12 GL accounts, one customer, one process order, and there are 15 accounting documents. And so this pulls out information across all the master data, transaction data. That is why it is called enterprise search. I can say it is a Google search. The Google search works for web, and this enterprise search works for an organization. So this is how it can help, and it is one of the simplest and powerful feature that will greatly improve the user experience. So this is something is not at all available when we are talking about the SAP GUI or the older version of the SAP system. So the next is the notification. So this is what I was actually referring to, where these notifications will give you the information from all the documents or the tasks that are pending, or there are some notification that will come to you based on the machine learning rules that have been set. So you have got these 4 notifications. The first notification is something where it is talking about a workflow task. The second notification is approval of your bank account. The third notification is talking about some journal entry. And fourth notification is also about journal entry. So this is the kind of information that you can get and you can action it immediately. So it is again an automated notification. You don't need to go to the particular app and then get to see that it is pending. So without navigating to the particular app, from your launchpad, you are getting all these notifications as a ready information. So this is how the notification can help. Talking about the default values, as I have mentioned you during the previous slide. So the user can input his particular values. So in SAP, typically we were having about date format, currency format. So these are all as some of the default values in older systems. So now that has gone one step ahead. We can input, the user can input his own organization elements as a default values. He can enter the controlling area, company code, cost center, GL account, business area, chart of accounts. All these can be set by default. Once it is set, it is like applicable for all your business, all your Fiori applications. All the Fiori applications, wherever it is going to generate a particular report or analytics or overview or any data entry, for these element, for these fields, it will automatically fill up. It will do the action automatically. You will get the immediate output without doing any click. That is the level of support that default value feature can give in Fiori application. So this particular feature is available under the setting. Now we have come to user assistance. So user assistance is again, as we have talked about, something called Copilot. So the assistance is again completely based on machine learning and artificial intelligence. So the particular user is at the learning space. Say the Fiori is recommending some of the learnings which will be appropriate to the users. So these kind of assistance is what can be given by user assistance. So it can also tell you what is the app that you can use to perform this particular activity. It can also tell you some of the steps that you have to follow in a particular app. It can also recommend various informations based on your day-to-day activities with the power of machine learning. So coming to the personalization, so you from the launchpad settings, you have the liberty of setting your particular launchpad as per your requirements. This is irrespective of your IT team, irrespective of your business roles. Where this kind of personalization will again gives the feel of very personal when it comes to work. What he wants to see on the screen as a first priority, that is shown there. What he wants to see next is shown next. What he wants to see next is shown next. That is the level of personalization that a user can make it. He can make something very critical in a red color, something very low priority in a green color or a blue color. So all these can be set by the user itself. This is the kind of capability that Fiori is offering to improve the user experience of any business users. So moving on to the benefits section. So Fiori gives a simplification. It simplifies many of the transactions from a complicated mode to simple transformation. It increases the user satisfaction by extending mobile access. It definitely speeds up different transactions. It definitely helps in getting the approvals. Definitely helps in speeding up the supply chain, speeding up the customer delivery, speeding up number of transactions. Also, Fiori offers faster development. Now, SAP also have introduced the SAP Build, which is again a super fast low code platform using which we can build the application what we want. So this is a customer story. With this, I wanted to complete this particular session. So where it describes about how greatly Fiori helped them in order to have their business transformation completed as per their requirement. So if you have any questions, please post in a chat section. We will come back to you.
Thank you, Bala sir. If anyone have any query, they can ask in the chat box. And for joining with us today, I hope you enjoy our today's webinar section. And if you have any query, you can directly email us or call us. And for a recording section, we will get back to you. If you have any requirement also, you can directly contact with us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bala sir.